Love is a universal language, but what if I told you that we all speak it in different ways? This is the core idea behind the 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. This book has transformed relationships worldwide by explaining how love can be expressed and received in 5 different ways. The book begins by addressing a question many couples face. What happens to love after marriage? Many relationships start with passion and excitement, but over time, partners feel disconnected. Dr. Chapman, a marriage counselor with decades of experience, noticed a pattern. People express love in different ways, and when partners don't understand each other's love language, misunderstandings and emotional distance occur. According to Chapman, love is like a fuel tank in our hearts. When it's full, we feel loved and connected, but when it's empty, relationships suffer. The key to a lasting relationship is learning to speak your partner's primary love language. The book introduces 5 different love languages: words of affirmation, expressing love through compliments and kind words; quality time, giving, undivided attention and meaningful conversations; receiving gifts, feeling loved through thoughtful presence; acts of service, showing love by helping and doing things for your partner; physical touch, expressing love through physical closeness, hugs, and kisses. In this video series, we will explore each love language in detail, helping you identify your own love language and understand your partner's needs better. If you've ever felt unappreciated or disconnected in a relationship, this book offers a simple yet powerful solution to reconnect and strengthen your bond. Many couples enter marriage believing that their love will last forever. But after a few years, they begin to ask, what happened to the love we once had? Dr. Gary Chapman starts the 5 love languages by addressing this common question. He shares a story of a man who had been married and divorced 3 times. Each time the relationship started with passion, but after marriage, the love seemed to fade. He wondered, is this normal? Does love always disappear after marriage? Dr. Chapman explains that romantic love, or what we call falling in love, is temporary. It usually lasts around 2 years. After that, couples return to real life, and the initial excitement fades. They start noticing each other's flaws, feel unappreciated, and become emotionally distant. So what is the solution? Chapman introduces the idea that love is not just about feelings, it is about communication. The problem is that couples often speak different love languages without realizing it. One partner might express love through words while the other expects actions. When these love languages don't match, both partners feel unloved, even though they are trying in their own way. The key to a successful, long-lasting relationship is learning your partner's primary love language and expressing love in a way they understand. Key takeaways from Chapter 1. Love changes after marriage, but it doesn't have to fade. The in-love phase is temporary. Real love is a choice. Couples often speak different love languages, leading to misunderstandings. To keep love alive, we must learn and speak our partner's love language. Dr. Gary Chapman introduces a powerful concept in this chapter: the love tank. Just like a car needs fuel to run smoothly, people need emotional love to feel happy and secure in a relationship. The biggest problem in relationships. Many couples experience conflicts, frustrations, and misunderstandings, but the root cause is often an empty love tank, when a person does not feel truly loved. Chapman explains that love is one of the most important human needs. Psychologists confirm that feeling loved is crucial for emotional health. When we feel loved, we are motivated, happy, and secure. But when our love tank is empty, we feel frustrated, distant, and even angry. Example: Dr. Chapman shares the story of a 13-year-old girl named Ashley who was seeking love in the wrong places because she didn't feel loved at home. This shows that the need for love doesn't just apply to couples, it affects children, friends, and family relationships too. Key insight: the feeling of being in love is temporary. After the excitement of new love fades, couples must choose to love each other every day by keeping each other's love tank full. Why do some marriages fail? When love is missing, couples start feeling disconnected. Some believe the only option is divorce, while others remain in unhappy relationships. But Dr. Chapman suggests a third option: learning to express love in the way your partner understands it best. Key takeaways from Chapter 2. Everyone has a love tank. When it's full, we feel secure and happy in relationships. The biggest cause of relationship problems is an empty love tank. The in-love feeling fades after 2 years. After that, love is a choice and an action. To have a happy relationship, you must learn how to fill your partner's love tank by speaking their love language. In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman explains the difference between being in love and real love. Many couples believe that once they fall in love, they will always feel the same passion and excitement. However, this is an illusion. Romantic love is temporary and lasts only about 2 years. Example: Chapman shares the story of Janice, a 36-year-old woman who had dated many men but never married. One day she walked into his office excitedly announcing, "I'm getting married." She had met a man just 3 weeks ago and was convinced he was the one. She ignored all his flaws because she was blinded by the intense emotions of being in love. Why does the in-love feeling fade? 1. The romantic high of new love isn't based on reality. 2. We only see the good side of our partner and ignore their flaws. After 2 years, emotions calm down and real personalities emerge. 4. Small annoyances which were once cute become major problems. 5. Many people feel tricked and think, maybe I married the wrong person. The truth about love. Falling in love isn't real love. It's based on emotions, not choice. Real love begins when the honeymoon phase ends. Love is not about finding a perfect person, but about choosing to love an imperfect person. Why do so many marriages fail? Many people believe that once they stop feeling in love, the marriage is over. This is why 40% of first marriages, 60% of second marriages, and 75% of third marriages end in divorce. The pattern repeats because people don't understand how to love after the in-love feeling fades. Key takeaways from Chapter 3. Falling in love is temporary, lasts about 2 years. After this phase, real love requires effort, choice, and commitment. Many marriages fail because people chase the feeling of being in love instead of learning real love. The key to lasting love is understanding your partner's love language. The power of words in love. In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman introduces the first love language, words of affirmation. Some people feel deeply loved when they receive kind, encouraging, and appreciative words from their partner. Mark Twain once said, "I can live for 2 months on a good compliment." Similarly, many people feel emotionally secure when their partner appreciates and praises them. What are words of affirmation? Words of affirmation include compliments. "You look amazing in that dress." Encouragement. "I believe in you. You can do it." Kind words. Speaking with a loving and gentle tone. Appreciation. "Thank you for making dinner. I loved it." Recognition. Acknowledging your partner's efforts and achievements. What happens without words of affirmation? People who have this as their primary love language feel unloved and unappreciated when their partner does not give verbal affirmations. Criticism, silence, or lack of appreciation deeply hurt them. Example: how words of affirmation can transform a marriage. A woman once complained to Dr. Chapman that her husband never painted the bedroom, even though she had been asking him for 9 months. She nagged him constantly. "Why don't you ever listen? You never do what I ask." But he never painted the room. Dr. Chapman advised her to stop nagging and start appreciating the things he already did. "Thank you for taking out the trash. I really appreciate how hard you work for our family. You're such a great husband." Within 3 weeks, her husband painted the bedroom without her asking again. Why? Because people are more motivated when they feel appreciated, not criticized. How to use words of affirmation in your relationship. Give at least one genuine compliment every day. Write love notes or text sweet messages. Say, "I love you," often and mean it. Encourage your partner's dreams and goals. Appreciate the small things they do. Key takeaways from Chapter 4. Words have the power to build or break a relationship. Some people feel most loved through verbal affirmations. Nagging and criticism do not work. Appreciation and praise do. Small, kind words daily can keep your partner's love tank full. What is quality time? The second love language is quality time, giving your partner your full, undivided attention. For some people, love is best expressed through spending meaningful time together, engaging in conversations, and doing activities. As a couple, quality time is not just being physically present. It means giving your partner focused attention without distractions like phones, TV, or work. What happens when there is no quality time? A person whose primary love language is quality time may feel lonely, neglected, or unimportant when their partner doesn't spend enough focused time with them. Dr. Chapman shares the story of a wife who told him, "We are always together at home, but I still feel emotionally distant from my husband." The problem? Her husband was physically present but was always watching TV, working on his phone, or distracted. Just being in the same room is not enough. Real quality time means giving your partner your full attention. How to express love through quality time. Meaningful conversations. Deep, heart-to-heart talks where you really listen to your partner. Ask questions like, "How was your day?" or "What's on your mind?" Give eye contact and show interest in their feelings. Spending time together. Doing activities. Go on date nights, even a simple walk together counts. Cook, exercise, or do a hobby together. Play games, travel, or watch movies. Just be fully engaged. Listening without interrupting. Sometimes your partner just needs you to listen. Avoid distractions and give your full attention. Show that you care by responding. With empathy. Example, the couple who rekindled their love. A husband once told Dr. Chapman, "I don't understand my wife. I work hard to give her a comfortable life, but she still complains that I don't love her." Chapman asked him, "Do you spend time with her?" The husband admitted that he was always busy with work. His wife's love language was quality time, but he was showing love through financial security, which wasn't what she needed most. When he started setting aside at least 30 minutes a day just to talk and be with her, their marriage transformed. Key takeaways from chapter. Some people feel most loved through focused, quality time. Being physically present is not enough. Give your full attention. Conversations, shared activities, and active listening are key. Even small moments of connection can fill your partner's love tank. What is the love language of receiving gifts? For some people, the most powerful expression of love is receiving a thoughtful gift. It's not about the money or size of the gift, but the meaning and effort behind it. A gift is a physical symbol of love, something your partner can see, hold, and cherish as a reminder of your affection. Dr. Gary Chapman explains that in many cultures, giving gifts is a universal way to express love. Whether it's a birthday, anniversary, or just a random day, a meaningful gift makes people feel special and loved. What makes a gift meaningful? It's thoughtful. It shows that you are thinking about your partner. It's personal. It matches their interests, hobbies, or desires. It's given with love. Even a small, inexpensive gift can have deep emotional value. Example: a woman whose love language is receiving gifts said, "The flowers my husband gave me on our anniversary meant more to me than any words," he said. Her husband didn't realize that a simple bouquet made her feel deeply loved. What happens when there are no gifts? For someone whose love language is receiving gifts, a lack of gifts can make them feel unappreciated or unloved. It's not about materialism, it's about feeling valued and remembered. A husband once told Dr. Chapman, "I don't understand my wife. I provide a great home, work hard, and take care of our family. Why does she always complain that I never buy her anything?" The reason? His wife's primary love language was receiving gifts. She didn't need big things, just small gestures to show she was on his mind. How to express love through gifts. Give small surprises, a handwritten note, a flower, or their favorite snack. Make special days extra special, birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays. Create personalized gifts, a photo album, DIY present, or something unique. Give the gift of yourself. Your presence can also be a gift. Example, the man who saved his marriage. With a rock, a man once told Dr. Chapman that his wife loved gifts, but he wasn't used to giving them. One day he picked up a small rock from the garden, wrote "I love you" on it, and gave it to her. Her reaction? She teared up with happiness. The rock wasn't valuable, but it was a symbol of his love and effort. Key takeaways from Chapter 6. For some people, gifts are symbols of love and make them feel valued. It's not about money. A small, thoughtful gift can mean everything. A lack of gifts can make your partner feel unappreciated. Even your presence can be a gift. Spending time together counts. What is the love language of receiving gifts? For some people, the most powerful expression of love is receiving a thoughtful gift. It's not about the money or size of the gift, but the meaning and effort behind it. A gift is a physical symbol of love, something your partner can see, hold, and cherish as a reminder of your affection. What is the love language of acts of service? For some people, actions speak louder than words. They feel most loved when their partner helps them with tasks, whether it's washing dishes, cooking, running errands, or fixing something at home. Dr. Gary Chapman explains that when a partner willingly does something to make life easier, it fills their love tank. These small acts show love in a practical way. What happens when there are no acts of service? If a person's love language is acts of service and their partner never helps or ignores their requests, they may feel unloved, overwhelmed, or unappreciated. A wife once told Dr. Chapman, "My husband tells me he loves me, but he never helps me with the housework. I feel exhausted all the time." Her husband thought saying "I love you" was enough, but for her, love meant helping with daily responsibilities. Examples of acts of service: helping with household chores, cooking, cleaning, laundry, or taking out the trash, running errands, grocery shopping, paying bills, or picking up something important, fixing or maintaining things, repairing the car, assembling furniture, or taking care of home repairs, taking care of responsibilities, helping with kids, organizing things, or planning family events. Example, the husband who transformed his marriage. A man once complained to Dr. Chapman, "My wife is always angry at me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." Dr. Chapman asked him, "Does she ask you to help with things?" The husband replied, "Yes, but I work hard all day. I don't have the energy for housework." Dr. Chapman explained that his wife's love language was acts of service. She didn't want expensive gifts or fancy words. She just wanted him to help with daily tasks. When he started doing small things, washing the dishes, folding clothes, and helping with the kids, his wife's attitude changed completely. How to express love through acts of service. Ask your partner what they need help with. Do small tasks without being asked. Surprise them by taking over a responsibility. Don't complain or expect something in return. Key takeaways from Chapter 7. Some people feel most loved when their partner helps with tasks. Words and gifts may not be enough. Actions show real love. Ignoring requests for help can make your partner feel unloved. Doing small acts of service can completely change a relationship. What is the love language of physical touch? For some people, physical touch is the most powerful way to feel loved. This includes hugs, kisses, holding hands, cuddling, or even a simple touch on the shoulder. Dr. Gary Chapman explains that physical touch is a primary way of expressing love in many cultures. Babies who receive gentle, loving touch grow up to be more emotionally healthy. Similarly, adults whose primary love language is physical touch feel deeply connected when their partner shows love through physical gestures. What happens when there is no physical touch? If someone's love language is physical touch, and their partner rarely hugs, kisses, or holds them, they may feel unloved, distant, or rejected. A wife once told Dr. Chapman, "My husband is a great provider, but he never touches me. I feel like we are just roommates." Her husband thought financial security and gifts were enough, but her primary need was physical closeness. Examples of physical touch in a relationship: holding hands, a simple way to show love in public or private. Hugging and cuddling increases emotional bonding. Kissing, a daily kiss can strengthen intimacy. Back rubs or massages, a great way to relax and show care. Sitting close together, even small touches can make a big difference. Even small intentional touches can make a person feel deeply loved. Example: the husband who saved his marriage with a hug. A couple was on the verge of divorce. The wife felt emotionally disconnected even though her husband provided everything financially. Dr. Chapman asked the husband, "Do you ever hug or touch your wife?" The husband replied, "Not really. I don't think it matters." Dr. Chapman challenged him to give his wife a hug every morning and evening, without saying a word. After 1 month, the husband reported, "Our marriage is improving. She smiles more, and we talk more." Physical touch helped rebuild their emotional connection. How to express love through physical touch. Give your partner a warm hug every day. Hold hands while walking or sitting together. Offer a massage or gentle touch when they are stressed. Be affectionate without expecting anything in return. Key takeaways from Chapter 8. Some people feel most loved through physical touch. Hugs, kisses, and holding hands create emotional bonding. A lack of physical touch can make a person feel lonely and unloved. Small physical gestures daily can transform a relationship. Why is it important to know your love language? In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman explains that each person has a primary love language, which is the way they best feel and understand love. Many couples express love in their own love language instead of their partner's, leading to frustration. To build a strong relationship, we must learn to speak our partner's love language. How to identify your love language, Dr. Chapman provides 3 simple ways to discover your primary love language. Think about what makes you feel most loved. Do you feel happiest when your partner gives you gifts, praises you, spends time with you, helps you, or touches you? The action that makes you feel the most loved is probably your primary love language. Notice what you complain about. Most your complaints reveal your emotional needs. You never spend time with me. Quality time. You never say I love you or appreciate me. Words of affirmation. You don't help me with anything. Acts of service. You never hold my hand or hug me. Physical touch. You forgot my birthday. Receiving gifts. Observe how you show love to others. Most people naturally express love in the way they want to receive it. If you often compliment your partner, your love language might be words of affirmation. If you plan dates and spend time together, your love language might be quality time. If you love surprising them with gifts, your love language might be receiving gifts. If you help with tasks, your love language might be acts of service. If you hug and hold hands often, your love language might be physical touch. Example: the couple who misunderstood each other. A husband kept buying expensive gifts for his wife, but she still felt unloved. She would say, "You never spend time with me." Her love language was quality time, but he was speaking receiving gifts. When the husband started spending more time with her, their relationship improved immediately. Moral: love must be expressed in the way your partner understands it. How to apply this in your relationship? Find out your love language. Ask yourself the 3 questions above. Discover your partner's love language by observing their behavior and complaints. Speak their love language daily to keep their love tank full. Communicate about your love needs. Tell your partner what makes you feel loved. Key takeaways from Chapter 9. Each person has a primary love language. Knowing it can transform a relationship. Pay attention to what makes you feel loved, what you complain about, and how you express love. Miscommunication happens when partners speak different love languages. A happy relationship comes from learning and speaking each other's love language. Is love just a feeling or a choice? In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman explains that real love is not just a feeling, it's a choice. Many people think love is something that just happens, like falling in love. But true love requires effort and intentional action. The in love feeling romantic excitement, lasts only about 2 years. After that, relationships survive only when partners choose to love each other daily. What happens when you stop choosing love? Many couples say, "I just don't feel in love anymore. We've grown apart. We don't have that spark anymore." These statements come from empty love tanks. When partners stop speaking each other's love language, love begins to fade. But the good news is, love can be revived when we make the choice to express love in the way our partner understands. How to choose love daily. Understand that love is an action, not just a feeling. Learn your partner's love language and express it daily. Even if you don't feel like it, choose to act lovingly. Love grows when you nurture it consistently. Example: the wife who thought love was gone. A woman once told Dr. Chapman, "I don't love my husband anymore. I feel nothing for him." Chapman asked, "Would you be willing to try one thing for 6 months?" He told her to speak her husband's love language daily, even if she didn't feel like it. Result? After 6 months, she said, "I don't know what happened, but I feel love for him again." Moral: love is like a fire. If you stop adding fuel, it burns out. But if you keep feeding it, it can burn brightly again. Steps to strengthen love in a relationship. Make a daily effort to love your partner in their language. Forgive past mistakes and move forward. Be patient. Love grows over time. Remember why you fell in love and recreate those moments. Key takeaways from Chapter 10. Love is a choice, not just an emotion. When love fades, it can be revived through effort and commitment. Speaking your partner's love language daily can rebuild any relationship. Love grows when we nurture it, stop feeding it, and it dies. Why is love the most powerful force in a relationship? In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman explains that love has the power to transform relationships, families, and even individuals. Many couples struggle in marriage not because they don't love each other, but because they don't know how to express love in a way their partner understands. Love isn't just an emotion, it's the foundation of a strong marriage. Love helps overcome conflicts, misunderstandings, and disappointments. When both partners feel loved, they support and respect each other more. What happens when love is missing? Dr. Chapman describes couples who stay together but feel emotionally disconnected, argue frequently and don't feel appreciated, struggle to communicate and don't understand each other's needs. The root problem? Their love tanks are empty, but when partners start speaking each other's love language, everything changes. How love transforms a marriage. Love creates emotional security. A person who feels loved is happier and more confident. Love builds trust. When love is expressed regularly, trust grows. Love reduces conflicts. Many arguments happen because one partner feels unloved. Love strengthens. Commitment. Couples who feel loved stay together longer. Example: the couple on the edge of divorce. A husband once told Dr. Chapman, "I don't think my wife and I are compatible anymore." Dr. Chapman asked, "Do you still want to love her?" The husband hesitated but finally said, "Yes, but I don't know how." Chapman taught him about the 5 love languages. When the husband started speaking his wife's love language, their marriage completely changed in 3 months. The wife said, "I don't know what happened, but my husband is a different person now." Moral: when we express love in the right way, relationships can heal and thrive. How to strengthen love in your relationship. Find out your partner's love language and use it daily. Express love even when you don't feel like it. Avoid negative habits like criticism and neglect. Be patient. Love takes time to grow. Key takeaways from Chapter 11. Love is the foundation of a happy and strong marriage. Lack of love leads to distance, conflict, and disconnection. Speaking your partner's love language can heal broken relationships. Love is a choice. You can decide to bring love back into your marriage. Next chapter. Loving the unlovely. Learn how to love your partner even when it's difficult. How can you love someone who is difficult to love? In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman addresses a tough question. What if my spouse doesn't love me back? How can I love someone who is cold, distant, or difficult? Many people, in struggling relationships, feel unappreciated, neglected, or unloved. They ask, why should I put in the effort if my partner won't? Chapman's answer, love is a choice, not just a response. You don't love someone because they deserve it. You love because it's the only way to rebuild a broken relationship. Why do some people become unlovely? People don't usually become cold or distant without a reason. Some possible reasons include unresolved conflicts, past fights or betrayals that haven't been healed, emotional neglect, feeling ignored or unappreciated over time, personal struggles, stress, depression, or personal failures, hurt from childhood. Some people never learned how to express love. The key to change: love them anyway. How to love someone who doesn't love you. Backspeak their love language, even if they don't speak yours. Even if they don't respond immediately, keep expressing love in their primary love language. Don't expect immediate results. Many people shut down emotionally because they feel unloved. Give love consistently and patiently. Stop waiting for your spouse to change first. Someone has to take the first step. Why not you? Love is contagious. When you show love, your spouse is more likely to respond over time. Choose to love every day. Even if they don't appreciate it at first, small acts of love can soften even the hardest hearts. Example, the husband who wanted to divorce a woman once came to Dr. Chapman saying, "My husband doesn't care about me anymore. I feel like giving up." Chapman told her, for the next 6 months, love him in his love language even if he doesn't deserve it. Result? After 3 months, her husband began to change. He became more attentive, started appreciating her, and even said, "I love you," something he hadn't said in years. Moral: love has the power to transform even the coldest relationships. Steps to love. Someone who seems unlovable. Learn their love language and use it daily. Be patient. Don't expect instant results. Forgive past mistakes and focus on the present. Stay committed, even when it's hard. Believe that love can change things. Key takeaways from Chapter 12. Some people become unlovely because they feel unloved. The solution isn't giving up, but choosing to love anyway. Love is the most powerful tool for change. It can transform relationships. If you love your partner in their love language, they may eventually start loving you back. Do children have love languages too? In this chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman explains that just like adults, children also have primary love languages. If a child's emotional love tank is full, they grow up confident, happy, and emotionally healthy. But if they feel unloved or misunderstood, they may become insecure, withdrawn, or misbehave. Every child expresses and receives love differently. Parents often express love in their own love language, not in the child's. The key to raising emotionally healthy children is discovering and speaking their primary love language. What happens when a child's love language is ignored? A child who doesn't receive love in their language may act out for attention, misbehaving to get noticed, feel insecure or distant from parents, struggle with self-esteem and emotional health. How to identify your child's love language? Since young children may not be able to express their emotions clearly, here are 3 ways to discover their love language. Observe how they show love to you. Children often express love in the way they want to receive it. Do they hug you often? Physical touch. Do they bring you drawings or small gifts? Receiving gifts. Do they want to play or spend time with you? Quality time. Do they say sweet things like, "You're the best"? Words of affirmation. Do they try to help with chores? Acts of service. Listen to their complaints. What children complain about often reveals their love language. You never play with me. Quality time. You didn't say you liked my drawing. Words of affirmation. You forgot to bring me a toy from your trip. Receiving gifts. You never tuck me in at night. Physical touch. You don't help me with my homework. Acts of service. Try each love language and see their reaction over a week. Express love in all 5 ways and notice which one makes your child happiest. How to express love in each language for kids. Words of affirmation. Praise their efforts, say, I love you, encourage them. Quality time. Play with them, read together, take a walk, or talk. Receiving gifts. Give small surprises, meaningful presents, or handmade gifts. Acts of service. Help with schoolwork, fix a broken toy, or cook their favorite meal. Physical touch. Hugs, kisses, high fives, or a gentle pat on the back. Example, the boy who misbehaved for attention. A mother once complained to Dr. Chapman, "My son is always misbehaving at school. I don't know what to do," Chapman asked. "How do you show love to him?" She said, "I buy him gifts and say nice things." Chapman observed that the boy wanted his mother's time, not gifts or words. When she started spending 15 minutes a day playing with him, his behavior improved. Moral: children need love in the language they understand. How to build a strong relationship with your child. Discover their primary love language early. Speak their love language daily. Don't assume what works for one child will work for another. Balance all 5 love languages so they feel fully loved. Key takeaways from Chapter 13. Children have primary love languages just like adults. If a child's love tank is full, they are more secure and well-behaved. Observe, listen, and experiment to discover their love language. Speaking their love language consistently can transform parent-child relationships. Final thoughts on love and relationships. In this final chapter, Dr. Gary Chapman reflects on the power of love languages and how they can transform relationships. He encourages readers to apply the principles of the 5 love languages, not just in marriages but in all areas of life, with children, family members, friends, and even colleagues. Love is a universal need. Everyone desires to be loved and appreciated. Love is not just about emotions. It is a conscious choice and action. Understanding love languages can help avoid unnecessary conflicts and strengthen relationships. Why this book was written. Dr. Chapman shares that after decades of counseling couples, he realized that many relationship problems stem from misunderstandings about love. People were trying to love each other, but they were speaking different love languages, which led to frustration and emotional distance. The solution? Learn your partner's love language and express love in a way they understand. Applying the love languages beyond marriage with children. Understand how they feel loved and express it consistently. With parents and siblings, strengthen family bonds by showing love in their language. With friends, deepen friendships through thoughtful gestures. At work, appreciation in the right love language can improve workplace relationships. Example, a man who rebuilt his marriage through love languages. A man once told Dr. Chapman, "I thought my marriage was over. My wife and I barely spoke. Then I discovered her love language, quality time. When I started spending more time with her, everything changed. Now, we're closer than ever." Moral: small, consistent efforts in the right love language can revive any relationship. Final steps to strengthen your relationship. Find your love language and your partner's. Commit to speaking their love language daily. Be patient. Love takes time to grow and heal. Teach others about love languages and improve your relationships. Key takeaways from Chapter 14. Love languages are powerful tools for improving relationships. Love is a choice. Express it daily, even when it's difficult. These principles apply to marriage, parenting, friendships, and even workplaces. When we love others in their language, relationships thrive. Final thought. Love is not just about how we feel, it's about how we choose to act. When we speak love in the right way, we bring joy, healing, and connection into our relationships.